Hi everyone, it's Christina here. Welcome back to my kitchen. This is the place where we learn how to bake and cook together every week. I thought it was about time to show you guys how to make bread. Just because flour, it's a very hard thing to find nowadays. But if you do find a bag of flours, you can have about maybe 4 bloomer size breads from it, and it will cost you a lot less than to buy the actual loaf of bread. And we do have all this time on our hands, and we are trying to learn new things while self-isolating, of course. So why not? And I haven't made bread before this time, but now I am making it maybe twice a week, and it tastes really good. So of course, there are pictures on my Instagram account, which is at Christina's Cuisine, and I will take you through the process step by step. And if you do like what you see here today, guys, and you're not one of my subscribers yet, please do subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And don't forget to tap that little bell, because that way you get notifications every time we put a video up. Of course, until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and go break an egg. Okay, so ingredients, guys. I put in my mixer bowl here already 250 grams of strong bread flour, and we are going to add to that. Never mix the yeast with the salt, so we're going to add 5 grams of dry yeast in one side of the bowl, and then on the other side of the bowl we are going to add 5 grams of salt. So 5 grams, it's about a tablespoon. I have used a tablespoon and I found it too salty, so I'm using about 3/4, yeah, literally on the other side. And then we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 180 milliliters of cool water. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to give this a mix and then gradually add the oil and the water. And once they're all combined, I will put it on for about 10 minutes at medium speed until it becomes a very elastic dough that you can stretch up to like 30 centimeters. But I will show you guys throughout, yeah. So there we go. You kind of mix this for like about 15 minutes or so, and then it gets really elastic, yeah. And you make a dough, look. So it needs to be like, see, you can stretch it for more than 30 centimeters. And well, I'm gonna use a bit of flour, and we're gonna shape in a bowl, and here we go. I don't know if you saw me preparing that bowl while the dough was mixing in. So I've put olive oil on the bowl, and now you're gonna add your dough to the bowl with the olive oil in, and you're gonna let it rise for maybe 2 to 3 hours in a warm place, like room temperature warm, until it should double in size at least. So we're going to cover that with cling film, and let it rise. So I'll see you guys when it rises. Okay guys, so it's been doubling in size, tripling in size. I've been letting it rise for about 2 hours, maybe 3. Now I'm going to use a loaf tin. I have a nice and holy one that lets it breathe. This one is bought from Lakeland. I actually recommend this one. It's really, really good. I'm using parchment paper, and then here I've mixed up a bit of bread flour and a bit of corn flour. You should use semolina, but I don't have any semolina, so corn flour would do. Or malai for Romanian. And you're just gonna put a bit on the bottom, and we're gonna keep the rest because we're gonna spread on top. So we're gonna take this beauty out of here. See, it's nice and fluffy. So you're supposed to knock it down just a bit, and then just make your loaf. I'm not going to use any flour on this time. I'm just going to shape it into a little pretty tiny loaf, and then we're going to let it rise again for maybe another hour, but in the tray. Yeah, so there we go, and we're going to let it rise. This time we're going to use a bag. Basically you just put your dough inside the bag, and then you close up the bag, and just make sure the plastic doesn't touch the actual dough, and just again put it in a warm place and let it rise again. So I'll see you guys before I put it in the oven. Okay guys, so this is the second proof done. As you can see, it has risen again, like doubled in size. And remember that flour and flour and semolina. So I have flour and corn flour here, and I'm just gonna spread it on top. Yeah, and then you have to do 3 diagonal cuts with a sharp knife, so like about 2 centimeters. 1, 2, 3. This will allow the bread to breathe. Yeah, and we're gonna bake this. We have a roasting tin in the oven. I'm gonna add 1 liter of water in the tin, which is gonna be on the bottom drawer, and this is gonna be in the middle drawer. So all that water is gonna keep make the crust really nice and crunchy. So we're gonna add the water. The oven is on at 200. We're gonna let it on 200 for 25 minutes. Then we change it to 180, and we give it another 10 minutes until it becomes nice and glossy, or you can tell that it's baked basically. Yeah, so I'll see you guys shortly. All right guys, here we go. The bread is done. You can do with a bit of more color, so you can leave it a bit longer in the oven if you want it to be more brown. But the texture is really, really good. You can see the air pockets in it, and tastes amazing, I told you that. So bread making is not that tough. I hope you enjoyed, guys. See you next time. Take care of yourselves.